Hello everybody, this is Science Trainer Gamer here to do a review on Witcher Monster Slayer, the augmented reality game for your phone. Um, and just as a warning, some of the images in the game are a little graphic, so they may not be super pleasant, so just keep that in mind. So here's a game. So you can see there's monsters around you, and some of them have skulls, so more skulls is more difficulty. You click on them, and one of the things that's interesting about this game is that there's no Pokestops, so there's no places where you can go get items to actually play the game. This is different from Niantic, this is different from Pokemon Go, this is different from Wizards Unite, and so you're a Witcher and you hunt monsters, and all you need to hunt monsters is your sword, and you have one from the beginning of the game. It's pretty different, but not in a bad way. And so when you open your items, your menu, you can see your inventory. And so here's your crafting stations, and so you can make oils and bombs and etc. potions here. They're time-based. And then you have your menu for your items, so your potions and your oils, etc. Then you have your menu for your ingredients, and so you can see what you collect from monsters and what you find on the ground. There's a skill tree, and so you have some skill points that you can spend on your skills. And so on the right, you can see the skill tree for like strong attack. And so as you invest more and more skill points, you can get higher percentage boost to your different attacks. It's not just your physical combat, like The Witcher 3. There's also, oh, it's my bad. Before that, so there are level locks. So as you level up, you unlock more and more of the skill tree. And then like The Witcher 3, there's also a skill tree for alchemy, and then your signs, which is basically your magic, your fire, your air, etc. Alchemy, this skill tree is a lot about boosting your oils and your potions, so they are even more effective. And then this game has quests, and I thought the quests were interesting. I enjoyed going around the map and looking for different monsters and different statues and whatever. So that was fun for me. Here back at the main menu, and so there is a bestiary, and so you can see that actually as you hunt more monsters of a certain type in your bestiary, you can get more skill points, and you can use those skill points to get even stronger. And so you're encouraged, even if it's a low level monster, to hunt those so you can advance even more and more. There's a friend list area, so you can make friends. So thank you, Reddit, for giving me friends. And here, friends can send you different gift packages, so they can be herbs or witcher packages or alchemist packages, and then you can send them back. And so that's just a way to kind of increase your item gain a little bit. You get witcher packages by hunting monsters. Here's your monster fighting menu. So when you click on a monster, you can prepare before you fight them. So you can, equip different types of potions that'll give you different boosts. Some of them give you more health, some of them give you more damage, etc. You can also equip oils and bombs and different swords, etc. And so here's your graphic images. And so, like I said, the monsters are a little ugly, but this is kind of what the game is, right? You hunt ugly monsters. And the game is a little bit interesting because there's strong attacks, there's fast attacks, there's parries and blocks, and perfect blocks are better than normal blocks, and so there's quite a bit of depth here. Yep, and then when you fight a monster, you get some experience points, and so you do level up by killing monsters, kind of like how you level up in Pokemon Go by catching Pokemon, or you level up in Wizards Unite by capturing the stickers. Speaking of, so one of the things I like more about this game is that the theme is more with the game, right? In The Witcher, you hunt monsters, and in this game, you hunt monsters. And this is a little bit different from Wizards Unite, where you're like collecting stickers. It was weird. I mean, that wasn't exactly my thing, which is part of why maybe it didn't follow the game for too long. But different people might have different preferences on different games. There is a store, and so the game pushes you pretty heavily to spend $4.99 on this like starter pack. And so the starter pack has a silver sword. The game gives you a steel sword for free, but then the starter pack has a silver sword, and then it has like all manner of different items, so different potions and bombs and stuff that will give you some a head start into the game. You don't have to do that. So the game also gives you gold, and so you can buy silver swords with gold, but it's going to take a while. And so every day you get a quest that gives you about 50 gold. And those quests are pretty simple. It'll be like, make 3 oils or use 2 potions or whatever. And when you do a quest, like with the character in the game, then that helps you too, because when you fight their monster or you get their item or whatever, then they'll give you some gold as well. And so, I think the first quest give you like 45 gold. So, you do get a bit more gold income than you would say with, Pokemon Go. But, if you did want to keep it free to play, it's going to take you a while to get your first silver sword. And then of course you could buy gold, and so this is a little bit exponential. So $1 gives you 200 coins, but $10 gives you 3,500, so it's like times 3 instead of times 2. 100 gives you 70,000, right? So it's like times 7. So that's pretty standard for mobile games. And so what's my review? Pros. I like that preparation is key. So in the Witcher lore, in the Witcher games, giving you oils and your potions and equipment made a big impact in fighting the monsters. And this game is all about that. You need your potions and you need your oils to fight some of those monsters, especially those one skull or two skulls, especially very early on. They're really difficult. And so I like that this game focuses on that preparation. I like that there's a deep bestiary. So I've been playing for a couple hours, and there's a deep world out there. And I like that there's no stops. At any point, you can open up the game and kill the monsters around you, or at least give it a try. More on that later. And you don't waste any items necessarily. Whereas like in Pokemon, you run out of Pokeballs and you have to go get more. So I like that there's no stops. The quests feel like quests. So you'll go somewhere and you'll find a merchant, and then after you talk to that merchant, they're like, "Oh, go find this monster that took my stuff." And so then you go somewhere else on the map, and then you go fight the monster that killed, got this merchant's stuff, right? And in the real world, you're like walking around different places to do this, and that feels like a quest, and that feels good. And I also like this, the battling is somewhat deep, and so attacking perfectly, with the correct fast move or strong moves, perfect parries and perfect critical hits. There's a deep world out there, and after a couple hours, I'm not an expert. I make flaws, and I think there's more to learn. I think people will enjoy that. And the other thing is, dying is free, and so you can attempt to fight a monster multiple times, and even if you die, you can keep trying, and you don't necessarily have to lose items. More on that later. Cons. Up front, it is not free to play, right? So if you want a silver sword right at the beginning, you need to pay money. And so not everybody's going to like that the game kind of pushes you to spend money, at least early on, to kind of get in there. And it's a steep learning curve. And so you're going to see a bunch of monsters around you. And in the very beginning, anything with a skull is going to be really hard. So it's going to take a while for you to kind of learn the game and learn the monsters and learn the attack patterns before you can kill your one skull and then two skull monsters, etc. And then the quest locations potentially are in random or locked locations in the real world. So if you live next to a large private area where you can't get in, and then your quest is in there, you're going to get stuck, right? The game does offer a method to re-roll where that location is, but some people on the internet have complained that it gets re-rolled to the same location, right? And so, that is something that could be negative about this game. And dying can be free, but dying can be pricey, because every potion and every oil that you use in your game gets spent. And so if you fight a monster and you use a potion and then you die, that potion's gone. Right? And if you want to fight that monster again with that same potion, you have to use another one. And so, that can be a negative if you're like, oh man, I need this exact oil so I'm strong enough to even attempt this monster. But if you, die 2-3 times, that oil's gone. And so you have to kind of budget that in. Conclusion. I did want to show you guys that I did spend a little bit of money in this game. After playing for a couple hours and kind of going around, the real world and going to different locations and, looking for these items, I was like, you know what? Like, this game is worth $10. So I had fun. You may also have fun with it. Other gameplay concepts. Concept, hunt monsters as a Witcher. It does feel like you are Witcher hunting monsters. The graphics are very medieval. Monsters are ugly, but that can be a good thing. The sound, you get some good Witcher OST in the background. I like it. Good Witcher OST for the fighting. I like that too. Playability, the easy monsters are easy to fight. Hard monsters are not easy to fight. And so I think that's a plus in general. Entertainment, again, following quests can be very engaging. Replay value, I do think building up your character is fun. I like building up the skill tree. I like preparing for the items. I think that's all good. Value for the money, I do think a $5-10 investment goes a long way. And so, you can play this game free to play, but I think a little bit of money is going to help you enjoy that even more. So overall conclusion, I give this game a B+, 8.75 out of 10. I'm hooked on the fighting monsters in the short term specifically, but it's unknown if this game can outlast the juggernaut that is Pokemon Go in the long run. So we'll see. And so that's my review of the game. Thank you guys for listening. There are more reviews coming. I'm getting an item that'll help me do more board game reviews in the future. So thank you guys for listening. Hope you like this content. If you have ideas for other content, go ahead, post in the bottom. Thank you so much. Have a good day.